In case of patients or people who are met with accident and wearing a helmet who is not responding, presume that they are unconscious, and every unconscious person will tend to have a neck injury. Presume that they have a neck injury. So now this person who is having a visor and a helmet, a full helmet, so the mandible is also covered, and a visor. Open the visor and see whether this person is breathing. Feel for the breath, the breath. See whether the chest is expanding or not. See whether the breath is felt over here, and tap the person or forehead. See for any response. If is not responding, he most probably might be unconscious. Feel for the radial pulse. So you will have a rough idea of BP being above or systole being above 80, and then ask for just see for any response. No response, presume he is unconscious. Unconscious patient, presume that they have a neck injury. So how do you take off the helmet? Feel for the strap here underneath. Unlock the strap. Yeah. Two rescuers are required over here. The first one goes in, stabilizes the occiput with the left hand over here, and the thumb angle of the mandible on the right side, and the index finger and the middle finger angle of the mandible on the left side. So the whole idea is so that no movements occur at the neck region. And the second responder comes, clears the nose region, the mandible. So that goes beyond the nose. So you do the to and from motion. And take it out. So the whole neck remains in that position. So once done, he stabilizes the neck area in this position. So this is how the helmet is taken out. So now, again, the unconscious person, presume that he has a neck injury, you require to stabilize his neck. So for that, you have to see what's the size of his neck. So at the angle of the mandible over here, angle to his clavicle region, see how many finger breadths are the same. This is almost about 3 finger breadths over here. Max maybe 4, can't be 5. So 4 finger breadths or maybe 3 finger breadths. So what you see here is an extricate collar. This collar over here has a measurement over here. So based on this, how many finger breadths you can give. So if this, it almost resembles 4 finger breadth over here. So you can lock this at this region. It has a adjustable for depending on how much is the finger breadth over here. So based on how many finger breadths, you can increase or decrease it. It's a universal one. So for him, based on it's being only 4 finger breadth, I use this 3 here. And this is slided down in this region here, and this is wound down here, holding the neck, and see here. So this way, this gives rise to a stability of the neck region. So here there is no jog of movements occurring at the neck, flexion limited, rotations are fine. So this is how the neck has been stabilized in an unconscious patient or the patient who is conscious with neck injury. So this is a Philadelphia collar. This is the front aspect. This is where there is an opening for tracheostomy is required and cricotomy. So this is where the chin comes. This is the upper part and this is the lower part. Coming to the one which goes behind the neck. So this is the part which is for the back and this is for the neck region, arrow pointing upwards. So this will be passed underneath the neck and this will be placed in the top, and so it overlaps like this and the straps to tighten it. So coming to a person who is unconscious again, how do you stabilize with the Philadelphia collar? So this can be expanded like this, stretched. So again back, down, and this is the head. So at the core of the person on the top end, this is passed in such a way, and position here, and then the chin part comes with upper aspect. So this stabilizes here. And okay. So can still, if the person that goes, we should request him to hold the head again, because this might require additional technique sometimes. If this might be a little loose, you can unlock the strap and again tighten it. So this is how we place the Philadelphia collar for the person. This is for the Thomas splint as such. So we have a Thomas splint which has a ring over here on the top aspect, a W at the end. The longer one comes at the outer aspect, and the inner rod is a smaller one. So this can be used in both the sides, maybe the right and the left. So this is for the right limb, and this is for the left limb, by just twisting it either way. It has an angled ring, so at 120 degrees. So you require two or three gauze rolls, a crib bandage, a traction kit, stockinette, maybe a soft band and a cotton, a measuring tape to know the length of the limb. So what we do is, this is the inner ring. Usually we measure the limb from the groin region to the leg, and then add on another 40 centimeters more. Yeah, and that will be the length from ear to ear, the inner ring as such. This is about 27 inches, 69 to 70 centimeters as such. So we'll give adequate padding, and the idea is to see there is no compression at the groin region where this ring goes. We measure the length over here from the groin region to this aspect, almost about 22 inches, yeah, about 56 centimeters. And second thing what we measure is the diameter around the groin region. So suppose he has a fracture femur on the right side, we take the other limb for the length, we measure the other limb, the length, and also the groin circumference. We can pass the Thomas splint on the other side just to make sure that it is fitting well. So you can place the length and see, yeah, it's long enough, the length is good, the diameter also looks good enough. So this should be adequate size for him. Imagine if this is a person who is having a femur fracture, a traction is given so that the limb is in alignment, and then the Thomas splint is passed through. So when you pass it in such a way that it is rotated to one side like this in this angle, and traction is maintained throughout. The limb can be lifted up a bit, a little bit of abduction is required, and then a traction over there. So see that the groin area is not being compressed, and this goes and hinges on the ischium. So this has to be exercise. This happens to be a little bigger for this child, and if it's an exercise, it hinges nicely around the ischium as such. So this traction with one strap comes down, and you place it over here. The traction is maintained. So the traction is maintained throughout. The limb is then stabilized by a skin traction plate. So it's placed, maintain the traction, please, and with one hand, and just hold this in this position so that there's a gap of maybe a bandage roll which can go here, so this region. So this is placed here. Padding is given. This is with felt, so no padding is required as such. Otherwise, padding around the bony promises so that there's no nerve compression. So once this is done, a crepe bandage is applied around it, or a bandage roll. Starting from up, starting from down. So whichever, if this placed well, you can start from up. Keeping the ankle joint free. Tape applied at this region. So once this is done, just start keeping that for the time being. Once this is done, this is placed in such a way, and then the traction is put. And So this wire goes underneath this rod. This goes above. This is to maintain an internal rotation as such. So there's a 1/2 inch knot. There's one more half inch. One more half inch knot. Right. So once that comes, so it goes around this Y. Yeah, both coming around and then pulling it down. So this will give the amount of traction required here. So once done, there will be 2/2 inches here. This will stabilize the fracture as such. There is a tongue depressor. So this tongue depressor will help in giving a traction. Ideally you can put 2 of these and then you can whirl it around like this and then place it on the rod like that. So this causes additional tightening of the structure. So pillar can be placed here, keeping the ankle joint and the heel free. So there is no pressure occurring in that area, no pressure shocks are occurring, and traction being maintained throughout. A person with suspected spine injury, always log rolling is a must. So how do we proceed with that? We require at least one person at the head end, 2 people at the side, and 1 person to slide the board at the other end. So how the procedure is to stabilize the neck and the shoulder in such a way so that there is no jogger movements occurring at the neck region. And once done, we call the second and the third person to come and hold the limb. And the idea is to crisscross the limb. If you see, both the limbs are being crisscrossed, and so that there is no flexion occurring at each level. So if the whole body goes as a log rolling. So at the count of 3, which I take a call over here, 1, 2, 3, turn. The spine board is placed. 1, 2, 3, place it down. Stabilize it. Yeah. So this is how we pass the log roll. And once this is done, the log roll, can you pull the board? The board. Yeah. And this is how we transfer it. Get him back. Now we have to take the board up. Again, stabilize the neck, head, neck, and the shoulder. At the count of 3, you guys are ready? At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down.